Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jay Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. Higher education here in the Magic City welcomes a new leader with big goals for MSU Billings and its next generations.
A nationwide search delivered Dr. Dan Edelman, the former Executive Vice President of Administration and the CFO of the University of North Texas at Dallas, who's already fitting in fast into Montana's future.
Q2's Dustin Kleeman sat down with Edelman today to talk about his plans to turn the college into a Montana education destination. Dustin.
Good evening, Jay and Jeanelle. Current enrollment sits just above 4,400 students at both the university campus and City College. Edelman wants to reach 6,000 students within 5 years. That long-term goal will come with significant planning to achieve it, but Edelman is also honest in his assessment to other parts of the college currently.
I think we have opportunities for improvement. I'd like to see our retention rate much closer to the national average, which is about 80%. We're nowhere near that right now, which means we're failing. We need to make sure that we have the right services for our students at the right time, and we make sure that they're able to succeed in the classes that they're enrolling in. That includes counseling, that includes advising, that includes tutoring, and it includes all kinds of support, even activities. So it's not just the Billings students we want to focus on. We want to focus on all the Montana students as well.
Edelman says there is a lot going on right now for the college and praised the instructors who work there. A big part of the strategic planning will be how to develop workers for the future here in Billings, and that means collaboration with the business community. But above all, Edelman says students are top priority.
And the number one thing that I keep talking about is students come first. At the core of all my decisions will be what's in the best interest of the student. And that's paramount. And that's the tone I'm going to set from the top for all of our faculty and staff as well.
Edelman is also a veteran, and he says another priority is finding ways to help other veterans further their education. Jay and Jeanelle.
All right, thanks so much, Dustin.
In other news, an apparent love triangle at the Yellowstone County Jail now leads to an assault charge against one of 3 jailers involved.
Our partners at Last Best News report 33-year-old Brittany Malone recently spent a weekend on the other side of the bars. Malone is charged in Yellowstone County Justice Court with misdemeanor partner assault. The Last Best News reports that Malone was having an affair with another jailer. Malone recently showed up at her lover's home where he was with his wife. All 3 left separately and ended up at a gas station where Malone allegedly slapped the man.
When he tried to drive away, Malone allegedly jumped onto the rails of his vehicle and began to hit him in the face through the window as she reached for the steering wheel. Yellowstone County Sheriff Mike Linder says this incident is a personnel matter that he says is, quote, being handled.
A Billings man is behind bars tonight for allegedly stealing a candy bar. 57-year-old David Bowman is charged in Yellowstone County Justice Court with felony robbery and drug possession. A
clerk at Ace Hardware called police on Sunday to report the crime. The woman said Bowman attempted to buy a candy bar, but when his credit card would not work, he allegedly became angry and then threatened to strangle the clerk if she didn't make his card work. When that happened, Bowman then took the card and the candy bar and left the store without paying.
Once officers located Bowman, they had to threaten him with a taser to get him to comply. Authorities also say they found methamphetamine and mushrooms in his pocket. Tonight, he's being held without bond.
Federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies from across Yellowstone County coming together to step up the fight against violent crime here in our region.
The Billings Police Department reports violent crime in Billings has increased 75% since 2010. Q2's Samantha Harrelson has more on this initiative. Sammy.
Well, Jay and Jeanelle, as a response to the growing number of violent crimes in the city, county, and beyond, agencies are banding together as part of the reinvigorated Project Safe Neighborhoods initiative, which was recently reintroduced by Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Here in Yellowstone County, it means specifically targeting the growing problem of violence by cracking down on enforcement and prosecution of 3 types of crimes: armed robbery, felons in possession of firearms, and crimes related to the trafficking and distribution of methamphetamine. The program is intended to be customized for each community, and in Yellowstone County, methamphetamine makes up a significant piece of the puzzle.
The meth that we are seeing is direct source from Mexico. It's virtually 100% pure. It's readily available, relatively inexpensive, and the demand is significant. Combine that with guns and dangerous offenders, and people get hurt, and the numbers show that.
Under Project Safe Neighborhoods in Yellowstone County, Montana, if you commit armed robbery, you push methamphetamine, or you commit a firearm offense, you will be arrested and you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Now, the final piece of this initiative is prevention, including initiatives to support substance abuse and prevention and treatment. Jay and Jeanelle.
All right, thank you. Sammy?
Turning to weather, Bob, tomorrow is May 1st, not April 1st, right? There's some snow headed our way.
Well, we've got some light rain here right now, but let me show you what it looks like up at Red Lodge Mountain. We have a live picture. You can see the snow up the hill there. Yeah, we've got some snow. There's been snowing heavy there most of the day. So let me show you what's happening. Go to the Doppler radar. You can see the white stuff on the radar. That is the snow moving in. Now down here in the valleys, it's a little bit warmer here, so it's coming down as a rainfall. But take a look what we have up in the mountains. Yeah, that is a winter storm warning, folks. 8 to 14 inches of snow in the Beartooths, 4 to 17 in the Absarokas, and 8 to 14 inches of snow in the Bighorn Mountains. So a little elevation gets you a little bit of snow. In fact, in some cases, a lot of snow. We'll have the rest of your forecast in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Bob.
Well, you still have one more chance this school year to help a school in our region take home some big money for an important project.
Q2's Jenny Fick shows us this month's Cloud Peak Energy and KTVQ One School at a Time candidates.
Yellowstone Academy would like to purchase art materials for their summer art program.
We like to take an exploratory-based approach to education and foster creativity, and art is definitely one of those key concepts. It's a great coping mechanism for a lot of the students out here to just get outside of their own brains and just be in the moment on what they're doing and what they're creating, and just put everything else aside and possibly create something that's really beautiful and meaningful.
That's a pretty cool project for the Yellowstone Academy. Now for these next two schools, we head on down the highway. Not the road, but the information superhighway. Sydney's West Side School would like to purchase pottery supplies.
Arts actually play a huge role in problem solving and critical thinking, and that creativity aspect that these kids are going to need as they go on and become engineers, or as they're mathematicians or scientists or work in the technology field.
The hope is that as they immerse themselves in their work, their lessons last longer.
If you're building something with your hands, making a wire sculpture, or you're making a pinch pot, or you're creating a sculpture out of clay, those are things that not only the kids are going to remember, but it's the things that their parents are going to keep on their mantles.
Colstrip's Pine Butte Elementary would like to utilize wobble stools for their first grade students. The stools allow students natural movement, as well as benefiting balance and core strength. The stools allow for students to focus on their task, rather than a need to wiggle.
We are doing what we can to better the education of every child, and we're looking in optional ways to reach every student in our school. And our goal is that every kid continues to learn no matter what. And if you need to fidget and move, then we have a seat for you.
In Billings, Jenny Fick, MTN News.
Don't you wish they would have had those when we were little?
I want a wiggle stool right here at the news desk.
Yep.
Everyone says I always lean one way or the other.
Yes, you do.
I'm kind of fidgety. Yeah. By the way, donations can be made to help any of the school's projects. If you're interested to vote or donate, log on to oneschoolatatime.org.
Still to come on tonight's 5:30 News, we'll look back to the starting line of one of Montana's biggest races. Find out more about the Montana Women's Run.
And coming up in sports tonight, from tragedy to triumph, the amazing journey that now has Sam Mix leading the way for MSU Northern.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.